Welcome to our video tutorial where we illustrate custom number formats in Excel VBA using the number format property. This is in continuation of the previous tutorial where we had explained how to create custom formats in the Excel spreadsheet using the format cells dialog box, and also how to create custom formats using the number format property in VBA. In this tutorial, we will explain and we will look at the different symbols used in creating these custom number formats. We will dwell on the various format characters which are available. We had already explained using the number format property for a range object. Here we are setting the number format for column D in the active sheet, and the format code which we are using is here, which is enclosed within double quotation marks. The format characters which are being used, you can see the number character, the 0-digit placeholders, the brackets, the decimal points, the period character. We had shown how we use the format cells dialog box to create custom formats. In the custom category, we can type in our format code here, and we can use all the format characters which are available in the built-in Excel formats. We can use all these format characters. So these are the Excel built-in format codes which you are viewing. So in this tutorial, we are primarily explaining the different symbols which are used in the custom number formats. Now we see this table. Here we describe the format character. We start with 0. Here in this column we have the format codes which are being used. On this number, this column shows the numbers which are entered in general format, which is the default Excel format. And in column E, we are showing the formatted display. So entering 5.6, the actual value remains 5.6. You can see in the formula bar, and we apply the number format 0.00, and this is how the number will display after applying the number format, after using the number format property in VBA code. So now we start with the 0-digit placeholder. The 0 format character acts as a digit placeholder. If the number has lesser number of digits, than zeros in the format code, the insignificant zeros are displayed. So here we have 2 zeros to the left and 2 zeros to the right of the decimal point, so which are more than the number of digits in the number 5.6. And in this case we will add a 0 to the left of 5 and add a 0 to the right of 6. So primarily the insignificant zeros are being displayed, and this is the display 05.60. The actual number remains the same, which you can see in the formula bar. It is only the display which changes with the format. So this means that the minimum number of digits are determined by the position of 0 at the extreme left before decimal and position of 0 at extreme right after the decimal. So the extreme left is the first 0, the extreme right is the right 0. So which determines the minimum number of digits. So if the number has more digits than zeros, to the left of the decimal point in the format code, the extra digits are displayed. So here we have 4, 5, 6. There are 3 digits in the number which are more than the 2 zeros to the left of the decimal. So all the 3 digits will be displayed here. The number of zeros to the right of the decimal point in the format code, that is the 2 zeros to the right, will determine the round off digits. So 2 zeros to the right will round off this number to the nearest 2 decimal points. So this is displayed as 0.79. 0.789 is displayed as 0.79. And if we have 0.739, it is displayed as 0.74. If we have 0.782, it is displayed as 0.78. So this is the rounding off determined by the number of zeros to the right of the decimal point. The double zero format code rounds off to the nearest digit preceding the decimal point. So if we are using double zero here, the number 45.445 is being rounded off to 45. If we replace the first 4 by 6, it is rounded off to the nearest digit to the left of the decimal. So this is the round off digit. So this is how the double zero works in the format code. Now coming to the next format character, which is hash, which is the number character. This also acts as a digit placeholder. This follows the same rule as 0, except that if the number has lesser number of digits than hash characters in the format code, the insignificant zeros are not displayed. So here we have 2 number characters to the right of the decimal. So we will not display 0.60 here. It will be displayed only as 0.6. Remember, if this was 0.00, we had used the 0 digit placeholders, then this would have been displayed as 456.60. In the 0 digit placeholder, the insignificant, if the number has lesser number of digits than the 0 characters in the format code, the insignificant zeros are displayed. But for the hash number character, if the number has lesser number of digits than the hash characters in the format code, the insignificant zeros are not displayed, like here. If the number has more digits, like in this case, then the hash characters to the left of the decimal point, we have 2 characters to the left. So the extra digits are displayed. This is to the left. Whereas the number characters, the hash characters to the right of the decimal will determine the round of digits, similar to the 0 digit placeholder above. So we have a single hash character to the right. So this will round off to the nearest single digit. Similarly, if we use this as 4, it is rounded off accordingly. If we use this as replace 8 by 3, it is rounded off to 0.6 instead of 0.7. And similar to the 0 digit placeholder, if we have 2 continuous hash characters, number characters, this will round off to the nearest digit preceding the decimal point. So this is rounded off to 46. If this was 6 was replaced by 3, it will round off to 45, otherwise to 46. So let us look at another format code. This rounds off to the nearest digit to the left of the decimal, so it does not display any decimal points. So 456.68 is rounded off to 457. 456.38 is rounded off to 456. We have applied the format codes in this column. In this particular case, we are using the format code here. We explain the literal characters later. So bracket is used as a literal character. Similarly, a dash. So we have the first 3 digits in brackets followed by a space, then 3 digits are displayed followed by a space and hash, and then the last 4 digits. So now we come to the next format character, which is a question, which again acts as a digit placeholder. This follows the same rules as 0, except that the character question leaves or adds a space for insignificant zeros either side of the decimal. So in this case 45.64, because there are more digits to the we have 3 placeholders to the left. Instead of adding a 0, if this was 000.00, then the display would have been 045.64. But because questions are used, we have a space which has been added with the excess placeholder followed by 45.64. So the question mark leaves or adds a space for insignificant zeros either side of the decimal. So here we have 5.6, and using the digit placeholder as 3 questions to the left, this has added 2 zeros to the left of 5 and 2 spaces, and 1 space to the right of 6. Now let us show how it has added a space to the right of 6. Presently these are left aligned, and if we right align the numbers, you see the space has been added after 6. And here we show if the 0 format character was used as digit placeholder. So 45.64 would have been 045, whereas question mark adds a space instead of a 0. Similarly, 5.6 would have been 005.60, whereas these zeros are replaced by spaces here to the left and right because the question digit placeholder has been used. Now if the number has more digits than the question characters to the left, the extra digits are displayed. So here we have 2 digits to the left, so this follows the same rule as 0 and the hash digit placeholders. And similarly to the right, if the number of questions, the digit placeholders determine the round off digits. So 45.689, because of the single question mark after the decimal, rounds off to the nearest single digit, single number. So 0.6 has been rounded off to 0.7 because of 8, and if we replace 8 by 3, it rounds off to 0.6. And just like in the 0 and hash digit placeholders, the double question mark will round off to the nearest digit preceding the decimal point. So 45.678 has been rounded off to 45, and 45.378 is rounded off to 45. So this follows the same rule as the 0 and the hash format characters. Now let's come to the period format character, which acts as a decimal point. So using the 0 digit placeholders, we have determined the decimal point here. So it will round off to the nearest 3 decimals to the digits to the right of the decimal here. So we are using This rounds off to the nearest 2, rounds off to the nearest 1 decimal point, and in this case no digit is displayed before the decimal. So this is how we use the period as a decimal point. Now we come to the comma character. Now the comma can be used both as a thousand separator and for number scaling. In the format code, placing comma between 2-digit placeholders and to the left of the decimal will act as a thousand separator. So if a comma is placed between 2-digit placeholders here and to the left of the decimal, it will act as a thousand placeholder. In this case there is no comma, so the number will be displayed as it is without the thousand separator. In this format code we have a comma, so the number is displayed with a thousand separator. So we can use either the 0 or the hash or the period digit placeholders with the thousand separator. So now let us add another few digits here. So you see the comma is formatting and acting as a thousand separator. Similarly here. Now let us check out how comma is used for number scaling. If a comma is placed to the immediate left of the decimal point, now this is the immediate left. It is not like to the left like as a when it acts as a thousand separator. This is to the immediate left. The number is divided by 1000. So the number scaling happens by dividing the number by 1000, and this division is n number of times, where n is the number of commas. So if we have 2 commas here immediately preceding the decimal, then in this case the scaling will be 1000 multiplied by 1000. So 1000 is multiplied the number of times the comma occurs. So here we have seen the number is 10,000. It is divided by 1000 multiplied by 1. So 10,000 divided by 1000. And you see in the formula bar, the actual value remains the same. The number scaling only formats the display. So in this case, we have added a comma here as a thousand separator and here for number scaling. So immediately to the immediate left of the decimal point there are 2 commas, so it will scale by 1000 multiplied by 1000. So it will divide the number. You see there are there are 6 zeros, so 1000 multiplied by 1000. So this number is divided by 1000 into 1000. So it will scale it by 6 zeros, scale it down, and only 1 will be displayed. It will delete the 6 zeros. And in this case, the comma, this comma acts as a thousand separator, and this comma will apply the number scaling. So this number 12345.678 is divided by 1000, and because there is only one number character digit placeholder to the right, so it will be shown as 12.3. So it is displayed as 12.3. So even if we delete the last number, it is still the same 12.3, because it is the number which is divided by this whole number divided by 1000 will precede the decimal by 3 digits to the left and displayed as 12.3. So this is how the number scaling occurs by using a comma. Now we come to the next format character, which is a percent sign. Now this is a percentage indicator. Using this format character, the numbers are displayed as a percentage of 100 with this. The percent sign in the format code multiplies the number by 100 and displays it as a percentage. So in this case, 0.00625 is multiplied by 100. So it will display as 0.625%, but because of a single round off by the 0-digit placeholder, it is being shown as 0.6%. Here you see in the formula bar also the value changes because it is multiplied by 100. So 0.00625 is shown as 0.625, and applying the rounding off, it is displayed as 0.6%. The value remains in the formula bar. The cell value is 0.625%. Similarly, now here, because of the rounding off to the nearest 3 decimal points, this number is multiplied by 100 because of the percent format character. So it will be displayed as 0.625% here. And this is rounded off to the nearest 2. So it is displayed as 0.63%. And you may note that the symbol percent is displayed at the same position at which it is inserted in the format code. So here, because it precedes the number and it will round off to and show without any decimal. So 0.5625 is multiplied by 100. It is shown as 56%, and the percent sign precedes the number and no decimal is shown because of the format code here. Now we come to the next format character, which is the forward slash, which formats as the forward slash displays the number in a fraction format, that is non-decimal format. So 1.237, if we use the format forward slash and display one digit before and after, is displayed as 5/4. The actual value in the formula bar in the cell remains as 1.237. In this case, we are using 2 digits to the right of the forward slash, so the same number will display 2 digits to the right, that is 38. Now you may note that the extent of accuracy of the fraction is determined by the number of digit placeholders on the right of the forward slash. So you see 5/4 is actually 1.25. Now the accuracy will increase by adding the numbers to the right. So 47/38 is more accurately showing 1.237 than this. Even this may not actually show 1.237. So in the next case, we add 3 characters to the right of the slash, and in this case this will be more accurate than 47/38 because it is showing 3 characters to the right. Now let us prove this accuracy. 1023/827 is actually 1.2370012 here, and 47/38 is 1.236, whereas 5/4 is actually 1.25. So you see the accuracy towards 1.237 increasing as we add the number of characters to the right of the forward slash. We can also show a whole number with a fraction format by using this format code. So you will see 2.25. Now, because of the format code, this is the hash character, it will show a single digit here, and then reduce the other, the to a the decimal to the format, to the fraction format, and show as 2 space 1/4. So this is how we use the format characters. We have presently explained the number codes in this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will explain the text codes. You see here the exponential, the scientific notation, the literal characters, the backslash, the underscore, the asterisk, the text placeholder, which is the @ character. We will also illustrate how to specify font color, and we will illustrate 4 sections of a code and how to specify conditions. So we hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial and you found it useful. Thank you.